log into StreamYard, I get lag. A little twirly thing that says, hear me, can you pick up? You can hear me and see me, see my lovely number 12 Eagles jersey. Oh, it's that time, isn't it? There you go. There we go. So, yep, I am an Eagles fan. I will be supporting the Eagles on Sunday night. Halakar, you can place Kansas City where the sun doesn't shine. No one's confirmed whether you can hear me yet, so just to give me a shout, just to make sure I am coming through loud and clear. We've got 7 people in chat at the moment. Hopefully, I am coming through loud and clear. I don't know, because it looks like the problems have been cleared up, or it could be my chat is lagging. If I look a bit pink tonight, it's because I've just got out of the bath. My skin always does this when I'm in water. But good man, good. Thanks for that confirmation. All right, how are you all doing? Well, Halakar, I can't eat cheese, so I'd be a bit stuffed if I actually went to Philly because I couldn't eat a cheesesteak. I can't have cheese. Cheese makes me go bleh. Yeah. Steak's good. Steak's fine. I can do barbecues. Barbecues are lovely. Yes, lots of red meat. But we're up to 9 people in chat, so you're all a little bit eager tonight. We normally start a bit slow on a Friday night. I haven't had a pint yet tonight, Mage. It's the effect of hot water on my skin, unfortunately. I go all red and then crisp. If I start cooking food during the Super Bowl, though, my wife will complain because it starts about 11:30 at night here. That's when the coverage will start, and I will be up till 4 in the morning. Thankfully, no work on Monday. I have some beers to help me for Sunday, so no beer tonight. I will have beers on Sunday. Right. Do you remember where we were last week? We had started that book for the second time. We failed it the first time we went through it a little while ago because we didn't have all the correct keys. So I'm going to tell you that in chat now. We've played it once. We have to collect keys. We have to be thorough and find a number of keys, and there are some wrong keys in the book. There's a lock at the end. It's either 2 or 3 keys you need for, and you have to work out the combination, and we hadn't got the right keys last time. So there are some false keys and some true keys that work. So we have got to be thorough, I think, exploring Firetop Mountain. None of this namby-pamby running away. We have orcs and goblins to kill and keys to find. Fly, eagles, fly. No, this isn't Call of Cthulhu. No. We're not Call of Cthulhuing tonight. We are Warlock of Firetop Mountaining. Right. I've got a little note on my character sheet. Just let you know the character's stats. We got a fairly strong character. Skill 11, stamina 21. Both are still at maximum. Luck starts at 10, went down to 8, and is now back up to 10. We've got 9 provisions left, 26 gold. We have a potion of fortune. We have key number 99. We know about Farajo di Maggio and the spell. We have a potion of invisibility, and we've got a glove. It was the maze that caused us trouble last time, and I would like somebody, when we get to the maze, to keep a map. Crafting gamer, I feel that pain. I did once try to use OBS to record a video, only to find out afterwards that my computer can't run OBS properly. And I'd done I'd read through all my script and I'd reread bits of it, and I just to make sure everything had come out nice and clear. And I put it into my so OBS I used to record. I used to put it into my video editing software, and everything was about 5 or 6 seconds out of sync and stopping and starting. So I had to do it all over again. Very annoying. But I've never spent between 8 and 10 hours editing a video in my life. So I'm a lot lazier than that. It's maybe 1 or 2 hours work usually for me. But that's where we are. We've just encountered that chappie. And I will read the last thing we did. Just put this light on. Just my old eyes do struggle a little. See my stack of fighting fantasy books behind me. That's quite good. That is. The locked door bursts open, and a nauseating stench hits your nostrils. Inside the room is covered with bones, rotting vegetation, and slime. A wild-haired old man, clothed in rags, rushes at you screaming. His beard is long and grey, and he is waving an old wooden chair leg. Is he simply insane as he appears, or has this been some kind of trap? Shall we shout at him to try and calm him down, or draw our sword and attack him? Completely up to you. So I'm going to say hello to everybody. I haven't said hello to everybody in chat individually yet. I do like doing that. So the people who've said hello in chat so far, I don't know if you're all still here. Halakar, Mage is musing. I commented. Grumpy old Slan, Echo, R.W. Bishop, who's Roland Bishop in disguise. Gene from Inksplat Records. We've got Daniel Kearney. And moving further down, Kelsey Kearney, Daniel's alter ego. Green Dragon, Crafting Gamer. Those are all the people who've said hello so far. Daniel making his excuses about mapping. I like mapping, just that I can't do it while I'm reading. If I was doing the book by myself, I would. These are the things that could do without. Come on. Tears for Fears. 1982? 3? 983? Very good band, Tears for Fears. Mad World is an 80s classic. Right. We are shouting at him by the looks of things. Hope that didn't scare anybody. You shout. No, I was 1 year out. 1984. Songs from the Big Chair and The Hurting. Was that them? You shout, "You are freed, old man," at the top of your voice. Instantly, his rantings cease. He stops dead in his tracks and sinks to the floor, weeping loudly. As he gradually composes himself, he thanks you many times. You talk with him in the hope of discovering some of the secrets of the mountain, and he begins to tell his story. Many years ago, he was an adventurer like you in search of the Warlock's treasure. He was captured by the orcs and thrown into his solitary cell as a sort of pet for the creatures. You ask whether he'd like to accompany you into the mountain, but he simply wants to leave and see the world again. He advises you to pay your respects to the boatman. He tells you that you must pull the right-hand lever on the wall ahead to open the iron gate at the end of the passage. He has also learned that keys to the boathouse are guarded by a man and his dog. You shake hands, leave the room, and go your separate ways. Add 1 luck point, can't, before all your maximum luck, and go to 314. Mark Hollis wasn't in Tears for Fears. That was Kurt Smith and Roland Orzabal. Mark Hollis was great. Mark Hollis was in Talk Talk, It's My Life, Life's What You Make It, things like that. Sorry, I am a music nerd. But Mark Hollis had a great voice. Great voice. Hello, Squirrel Hermit. Glad to hear you're going home. Is there much cleaning up to do? At least you're all safe, and at least it seems that your house is all right. What was Tears for Fears' first hit? Was it Pale Shelter? I think that was their first hit. Even if it wasn't their first hit, that was a good record as well. Right. Further up the passage, you see a door in the east wall. You listen hard, but can hear no sound. Do you want to open the door to investigate, or shall we continue up the passage? If it was late 70s, there was a lot of bands sort of getting into the mod and ska and all that sort of stuff. I remember the Specials. Fantastic band again. Another really good band. I was never a big fan of the Jam, who were one of the big bands of that era. I know Paul Weller's talented, but I just never quite got the Jam. Echo and the Bunnymen were one of my favourite bands. Post-punk. So, got two going to open the door while we all chat about music. Change is a good tune. There were some surprisingly talented acts in the 80s. I know it's often seen as a bit of a plastic sort of cheesy era, but even the pop bands, a lot of them had some musical talent. You've only got to look at, I mean, you took the mickey out of them because of their image, but in Duran Duran, John Taylor was a superb bass player. He drove the band. And that guy from Kajagoogoo, again, pop band, early 80s, but their bassist was absolutely superb. Nick Beggs, right? There was some proper talent around. I think 80s were the best musical decade, personally, but a lot of people think of the late 80s. Oh, the 80s were great, and they think of all the rubbish that came out in the late 80s. No, the early 80s were fantastic. So we're opening the door. Opening the door. The door is firmly locked. You may try to force it open, or shall we continue along the corridor? I like quite a lot of late 60s stuff. 70s, I was a bit young to remember them, but I've certainly listened to quite a lot of the punk stuff from the late 70s, and I do like Pink Floyd. Not much of the other 70s stuff has appealed to me, but some of the bands from the late 60s, bands like the Small Faces and the Animals, were superb. Well, Slan, I mean, you'll know. Last band I saw live was Tool. I like heavy music. I like twiddly music. I like complicated stuff. You like the Animals, Gene? The Small Faces are excellent. Small Faces are excellent. I like the Animals as well. I thought the Animals were really good. Eric Burdon, one of the greatest voices in the in all of music. Okay, we're forcing the door open. Okay, 53. You charge at the door, hitting it squarely with your shoulder. All under our skill. I'm going to use orange dice tonight. I've rolled 5 and our skill's 11. Perfect. So the door opens. The door splits along its length, and you can wrench the timbers apart to let yourself in. A torch hangs from one wall, lighting up a small armory room stocked with swords, shields, helmets, daggers, breastplates, and the like. You examine the weaponry and find nothing appearing superior to your own sword. However, a circular iron shield with a golden crescent at its center catches your eye. You pick it up and feel its weight on your arm. If you wish to take this shield, it will aid you in battles. I've lost me. In a battle in which you're using this shield, a creature wounds you. You may roll 1d6. If you throw a 6, the creature inflicts only 1 point of damage instead of the usual 2. If for some reason the creature would normally inflict only 1 point of damage, then a successful roll of 6 will mean no damage is done. Okay. Shield 6 equals -1 damage. Yes. I've got a story about people on stage in a bit. However, the shield is heavy and you'll have to leave behind 1 item of equipment to be able to carry it. Shall we leave one of our provisions? Does that count as an item of equipment? I don't think it does. I've got a glove. Should we get rid of the glove? Up to you. Shield or glove? I was at a festival in the mid-90s. And there was all sorts of acts on, some good, some not so good. Sisters of Mercy played, they were great. Godfathers played, they were good. And but the highlight of the day, he wasn't with the Pogues, he was with his band the Popes at the time, was Shane McGowan. He staggered on stage carrying wine, multiple bottles of wine, performed a 45-minute set in which he forgot the set list and tried start. He played one song and then tried starting the same song again a few minutes later. Drank both bottles of wine. Footballs were kicked at the stage and he was trying to head and kick them back and falling over. And then they wheeled on Kirsty MacColl to sing Fairy Tale of New York. And he sang all her lines as well as his own. And she just stood there staring daggers at him. Oh, it was glorious. Absolutely glorious. Shane McGowan is an absolute hero. I hope you all know who Shane McGowan is. So, glove or shield? Make the decision, chat. Glove or shield? Or you can completely ignore me. I'm guessing there's a bit of a delay. You might not be ignoring me. You're probably frantically typing at the moment, and I'm tearing you a new one for not getting involved. Or you might just not be getting involved. You don't know? Do you know who Shane McGowan is? Lead singer of a band called the Pogues. They play punky Irish music. Yeah. Him falling over on stage, very, very drunk. He's a national treasure. Best way to describe him. The Pogues comes from Pogue Mahone, which is Gaelic for kiss my ass. So we're keeping the glove then, are we, and ditching the shield? Okay. Yeah, you do hear Fairy Tale of New York 1,000 times every winter, especially here. Hello, Biff. I think my favourite Pogue song, Streams of Whiskey. That's a good one. Your American punk different to British punk. Our punk was Sex Pistols, Buzzcocks, early Clash, The Damned. The Pogues were punky Irish, punky folk music, folk punk, best way to describe them. Anyway, let's continue. I never really got into the American punk. I mean, I was at a Reading festival where Iggy Pop played. I don't remember him playing because I was probably drunk or stoned or something. But he was there. My body was there. My brain probably wasn't. On the east wall of the passage, you see another door, this time made of solid metal. Listening at the door, you hear the sound of tortured screams coming from within. If you wish to try opening the door, turn to 102. Or shall we ignore and continue up the corridor? So, shall we try and open this metal door? Or shall we continue up the corridor? Another good Pogue song, Bottle of Smoke. I think I can get away with saying some bad words now, but the chorus of Bottle of Smoke. 20 fucking 5 to 1, me gambling days are done. I bet no horse a bottle of smoke and my horse won. There we go. Okay. Only Echo wants to ignore this door. Everyone else is saying, open the door. Go on then, let's open the door. 102. Sorry, Echo, you were outvoted. Such is life. The door is not locked and opens. The room in front of you seems to be a small torture chamber with various torture devices around the walls. In the center of the room, two small hunchbacked creatures are having their fiendish way with a dwarf who is tied to a hook in the ceiling by his wrists. The two hunchbacks are poking and cutting him viciously with their swords. The dwarf lets out a final scream and then falls silent, his eyes closed. His captors make disappointed noises and look around angrily at you as if it were your fault that the dwarf has collapsed. You must act quickly. Do we close the door and continue up the corridor, draw our sword to fight the creatures, or stride over to the dwarf, give him a jab with your sword, and put on an evil laugh for the torturers? So, run away, fight, or be evil. Those are your choices. Yes, very much so, Slan. Very much so, but that was Call of Cthulhu. One, two, three, four, five. Say fight evil. 6 say fight. 2 say be evil. Okay, we're gonna fight. They're goblins. And they are very, very weedy. Very, very weedy. Die, goblins. We've got 11 skill and they've got 5, which means they have to beat us by 6 on their 2d6 in order to even draw. 7-7, win for us. 5-7, win for us. 7-7, a win for us. Second goblin. 7-9, still a win for us. 8-10, still a win for us. 8-9. Their dice have rolled higher every single time, but they've got to be 6 higher to even stop us wounding them. So we've killed them. You cut down the dwarf, but he is, as you guessed it, dead. Going through the pockets of the 2 goblins, you find a large piece of sweet-smelling cheese. Cheese. Put it in your pack and leave the room northwards. You arrive at the end of the passage where it meets another going east-west, but an iron portcullis blocks your way, and no amount of charging is going to budge it. On the wall to your right are 2 levers, and it seems likely that these levers have something to do with raising the portcullis. Do we pull the one on the right or the one on the left? More cheese, Vicar. Thought it was more tea, Vicar. Yes, someone Gingerbeard's putting together Yogzine. So if you want to submit anything for the first edition, I don't know when it's going to be. I've submitted something, but apparently my submission is the only one he's received so far. But if you fancy writing something on the theme of goblins, whatever, then you're more than welcome to. Yes, the old man did tell us which one to pull. Who was paying attention? Everyone who has voted right was paying attention. Is either right lever, correct. You hear a deep rumbling noise, and the ground begins to shudder. Slowly and noisily, the portcullis rises into the ceiling. You may now walk to the junction. Shall we go west or shall we go east? East or west? Sometimes following the crowd is a good thing. Sometimes it isn't. East or west? Hello, Andrew. Don't think we're in the maze yet. The maze is the other side of the river. We haven't got to the river yet. All right. West, east, west, west, east, west, west, east, but 5 west, 3 east at the moment. Anybody else want to vote? Got Pogue songs buzzing around in my head now. I met my love. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. Down. Down. All right, let's go west. 10. Short along the passage, you arrive at another junction where we can either go west or turn north. So west or north. Probably my worst ever karaoke performance was when about a gallon of beer to the worst, I attempted to do the Irish Rover by the Pogues and the Dubliners, and the lyrics go really, really fast. After about a gallon of beer, they go far too quickly to keep up with them. So thank you, Squirrel. You didn't need to with all you've been through for the last 5 or 6 days, but it's much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, people seem to want to be go. Well, there, I can't get my teeth in tonight. I'm going auto tune. Is the sound going funny? Because I know my internet does keep wobbling. But how much of a super chat to get me to try the Irish Rover live on stream? There'd have to be beer involved. It's as simple as that, and I would have to have planned before the stream and already got beer in my system. And I'd also have to try and Google the lyrics because I haven't got a clue what the lyrics are. That was the problem. If it is going off a bit, that it is due to my internet connection. I'm getting the odd wobble. It was fine up until about 28 minutes past 9. Had no problems with my internet, and then it slowed down at about 28 minutes past 9. As I was sat here in StreamYard thinking, it's about time I've got to go live. Mage's Musings, you're a bad man. You're a bad, bad man. We're going west. The passageway continues westwards and then turns due north. Some way up, you reach a junction where a narrow passage runs off to the west. Will we continue north or shall we go west this time? We're not in the maze yet either. So are we going to go west here or north? Feels like a maze. I've seen you, Mage's Musings. I've seen you. Unless that was somebody, unless you were a very, very authentic looking puppet. You had a puppeteer. Oh. Everyone just want to keep going west. Okay. You've seen more, have you, Slan? Of course, you live not far from the mage. You both live in the French part of Canada, I believe. He's not he's the mage tonight. He's not a demi-lich. Well, you can't tell from just a skull, can you? You can't tell. Is this Ace Eric we've got in chat with us tonight then, and not the kindly and lovable Merlin Stigandledor? Oh, you're in Toronto, aren't you? Oh, of course. I don't know why I thought you were in Montreal. It's brain fade, getting old. You're in Toronto. It's Slan that's over in Montreal. Not that I know my way around Canada. I know Vancouver's over one coast. That's about it. Right. As you walk along the corridor, you can see ahead that it is getting narrower. At one point, you stoop, and as you do so, a deep, resonating laugh starts up around you. Shall we continue, or shall we turn back? Continue or turn back? Okay. But that's quite close in Canadian terms. 6 or 7 hours. So about 350 miles. In the UK terms, that's going from where I am now to past Glasgow in Scotland. I know Vancouver's right over the other side. I do know that. Are you mapping, Biff? Toronto is a 3-hour drive from Toronto. Are there two Torontos, or is it just that Toronto's traffic is absolutely diabolical? Because it can take 3 hours to get across London. Press on, chaps. Come on, chaps. Ah, right. London's just congested. The narrow passageway eventually becomes too small for you to walk along. You get down on your hands and knees and crawl, but eventually you'll get no further, and there seems to be no way through, because sadly we're not a hobbit. So you decide to return to the main passage and head for the junction. It's a waste of time. You arrive back at the junction and turn northwards. Most of Birmingham's within. It's about 40 minutes across my city. If you go through the city centre at rush hour, you can be stuck there forever. But hello, Justin. Normally, it takes me a maximum of 40 minutes to get to the other side of Birmingham, and I live right on the edge. I live right on the northeast edge, southwest. Even going around the edge, 40 minutes most places you can get to in about 25. And this is a city of, well, it's 1 million people in Birmingham, a conurbation area of 2.5 million. So it's not small. Several meters up the passageway, you arrive at a junction where you may turn either west or east. Set in the rock in the north wall is a small recess where you may rest and eat provisions. We don't need to without being seen. Afterwards, you may set off either eastwards or westwards. East or west. East or west. I'm glad I live on the edge of a big town, because I can walk 600 yards that way and it's farmland and fields. And we've got a big sort of woody park half a mile that way, and another, I don't know which direction I'm pointing here, about 2 miles that way, the biggest fully enclosed park in Britain. It's about 4 miles around. So it's nice being on the edge. Very little traffic out here. If you see me mute, it's because I had curry for tea and you don't want to hear that. Right. Westwards. You walk westwards along the passageway. After 50 meters or so, the way turns northwards. 2 or 3 paces up the passage, you hear a crumbling beneath your feet, and you try to leap back as the ground gives way. Pit trap. Before a pit opens, test your luck. We are lucky because we've got high luck, though it does reduce our luck by 1. If you are lucky, okay, if we're lucky, go back to the junction. Okay, sends us back to the junction. So we're going to have to go east. Enjoy supper. Lots of words for meals, aren't there? Breakfast is always the same. If you're posh, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're from north, breakfast, dinner, and tea. And if you're from where I am, the Midlands, it depends on what you want to be. If you want to try and be posh, you have to give it for lunch. It normally depends what you eat, though. It's lunch if you have a sandwich, or dinner if you have something hot. And we say supper if we have a late evening meal. So about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it can be a supper. So we're going back to the junction. We're going eastwards. Enjoy your meal anyway, Biff. You follow the passage eastwards for several meters, and it turns to the north, as they all seem takes in one direction. Shortly, you reach another junction where you can either go straight on or turn right into an eastwards passage that soon turns north. So, do we go straight on north, or do we go right, which then turns north? So, straight on or right? Yes. There is a dragon. I'm not going to do that anywhere near the dragon because, of course, we'd explode. I have curry far too often. Far too often for the good of my guts. But I do like it. If you've never watched my spice stream, it's the 1,000 subs celebratory stream when I ate far too many hot things and nearly passed away on stream eating what was it? Carolina Reaper chili jam. And in that stream, it's about an hour and 20 minutes in that I do the Reaper. Just in case you're wondering, want to see an old man in pain? It looks like we're going straight on. Right, okay. Only Roland wants to go right then north. Everyone else goes straight on. 381. Cheers, Mage. Enjoy your game. The passage ends at a wooden door, trimmed in iron. Various inscriptions adorn the door, but none makes any sense to you. You listen, but hear nothing. Shall we open this door, or shall we return to the junction? Mage is playing OSE tonight, and I do hope he's making a video from it. We will be getting Mage's Musings videos soon. He's working on new sound stuff, so he's making us wait. These people who make their videos look slick and posh. I don't have either the patience or the know-how or the computing capabilities. Though I am thinking of buying a dedicated graphics card and a bit of extra RAM, and maybe start streaming. Once I've finished Ultima Underworld 1, I'm thinking of streaming Underworld 2 and playing it live if I can get my computer up to the level where it can live stream games, and just sit online on a weekend or Monday or Tuesday and just play and chat to whoever wants to pop in. But I've got to get some more RAM and a dedicated graphics card for the computer to be able to do that. Then I might be able to run OBS. Okay. 3 people say open the door. Anybody else? You saw nothing, you heard nothing. Anybody else voting? We have 15 people in chat and only 3 people have voted on this one. Return to the junction or open the door. Okay. Now the votes are coming in. It's the delay. Of course it's the delay. We're opening the door then. 84. The door opens into a small room, comfortably furnished with a table, several chairs, and a large bookcase which covers one wall. Seated at the table is an old man with a long grey beard, and squatting on the old man's shoulder is a small winged beast. The creature is no more than 6 centimeters tall. It has 2 arms and legs. Its skin is a dusty grey colour, and has tiny sharp white teeth, and its wings are folded behind its back. The old man says nothing as you walk in through the door, but he beckons you over to sit down at the table. He's tossing in his hand 2 small white objects. Will we sit down, leave the room and go back to the junction, or draw our sword and try and rush him? Sit. Final answer. I was a phone a friend twice for people on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Neither of them got in the chair. So I was sat by my phone waiting for it to ring, and they weren't fast enough on the fastest finger first bit. Shame. One, 2, 3, 4 for sit, 2 for fight so far. 4 sit, 2 fight. Options are leave, sit, or fight. 4-3. Hello, Straw Piglet. 5-3. Now we have both Daniel and Kelsey voting. So it looks like we're sitting down because I don't see any more votes. 5 for sit, 3 for fight, none for leave. So let's sit down. Space Canuck Man has joined the chat and said fight. Well, 5-4 now. City's still winning. I'm going to give 10. If I don't see another vote in the next 10 seconds, it means you probably will have had to already submit it because of the lag. I'll make that about 10 seconds. We are sitting down. 5-4. 2-0-4. The old man does not look up from the table, but his devilish little pet eyes you suspiciously and starts chattering in a small, squeaky voice. The old man grunts and asks you whether you are game for a wager. Shall we gamble? Shall we leave the room, or shall we attack him? And, for those who have joined late, the colours for the weekend. It's an early 90s Eagles jersey. Randall Cunningham, number 12. So we have 1 leave, 1, 2, 3, 4 gamble, 1 for stab him. I do apologize for messing with my glasses a lot. They cause damage to my nose. They're a bit, see the red? It's a bit sore. Randall Cunningham was awesome. Awesome. Okay, we're now on 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for gambling, 5 for gambling, 2 for stabbage, and 1 for leave. So gambling is winning at the moment. Looks like we're gambling. Where was I? Okay. 130. The old man asks you your stake. You may bet between 1 and 20 gold pieces. We've got 26. So, shall we be careful or shall we bet lots? He tosses the white dice he has been playing with to you and asks you to roll. Okay. You want to go for 20? Shall I just add them all up and take an average? Then we're going to get something in the middle, aren't we? Because that's the way dice work. 9.5. Making music, Dice Tower. Don't allow dice towers at my table. They get in the way. If you're too clumsy to roll dice on the table, then you need to learn. So they add up to 48, 53, 63. I'm ignoring Straw Piglet's second one. 64. Straw Piglet keeps voting. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're averaging 9. We're averaging 9. We're going to go with 9. 9 gold. Okay. Orange dice for us. Purple dice for him. And he's won. We rolled 3. He rolled 7. We've lost. Down to 17 gold pieces. Turn to 280. The orange dice have been horrible so far. They've rolled really poorly. I should have chosen the other ones for us. You arrive back at the junction, and this time take the passageway to the east. The passageway runs for several paces eastwards and then turns north. Turn to 311. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know where to run. Bit of Kenny. The passageway ends in a door, at which you listen but hear nothing. Trying the handle, you find that the door opens to reveal a large, square room. The room is completely bare, but the floor is covered in a mosaic of tiles. Two shapes stand out on the floor: star-shaped tiles and hand-shaped tiles. A door on the opposite wall is the only way through. Do we just walk across the room to the door? Do we walk across the room stepping only on stars, or walk across the room stepping only on hands? So, don't care what we step on. Stars or hands. Those are your choices. And I'm going to get a drink. Back in about 30 seconds. Right. Now that the mage has gone, I'm going to have a beer. He was going to get me in trouble earlier. Ringwood Brewery Boondoggle. Deliciously fruity craft blonde ale. I have got plenty left for Sunday night. Don't worry. So we've got Attack the Tiles. See you, Justin. Stars, hands. Stars, stars, stars. Hands. Neither. 4, 2, 1. So 4 for stars, 2 for hands, 1 for neither. Well, there's one way you just don't care and just sort of go, don't care. Walking whatever I like. Don't you tell me where to stand. I guess, like when you walking down the pavement and then there's cracks between the stones, it's avoiding the cracks and whatever, and there's not caring. Walk on the cracks, not on the cracks, or don't care. Stars are winning. Right, okay, we're going with stars. $178. Was it the right choice? You tiptoe precariously across the room to the door in the north wall. You open it and proceed through it. Nothing happened. The passageway ahead runs northwards, and you follow this until you reach another junction. Shall we go north or shall we turn west? 4 people wanted the stars. Halakar, you were outvoted. Outvoted. So, north or west? This book is an old-fashioned dungeon crawl. West once more. Everyone's going for west at the moment. 4 votes for west. There's 16 people in chat. 16 people watching the stream tonight. Oh, 2 votes have come in now for north. So we're on 4 west, 2 north at the moment. Somebody did suggest once doing these things in the form of a poll. Be easier rather than me count, but I think it's better this way because it gets people typing in chat, which is a good thing. I don't know, Halakar. We had a spate of people joining me on a Friday, popping in for a bit of a chat while I was reading. Omanal popped in, and Dan from my game group popped in. Guessing Omanal's busy with work, and I know Dan is busy with newborn baby. So yes, he has young children, very young children. I think DK joined for one of these as well. You know, missing a few of the usual suspects, Halakar. Yes. What Elfbait's up to? He might be lurking somewhere, baiting the elves. Right, we're currently on 4 west, 2 north at the moment still. 10 people, 5. Yeah, Squirrel's here. We're on 5 west, 2 north now. Echo's back from poisoning his lungs. Get one of these, Echo. Better for you. I used to smoke cigars. Didn't do me any good. Going west. 69. Huh? Oh, right. That's not good for you. That's not good for you. That dodgy CBD oil is often cut with cooking oil. And that's what does the damage. Okay. Somewhere along the passageway, the corridor bends around to the north, and you follow it until you reach another junction. At this junction, you see an arrow cut into the rock, pointing to the north, and you decide to try this direction. Okay, book. We're going that way. 244. The passage runs northwards, and ahead you can hear the splashings of an underground river. The air becomes cool and fresh. You soon reach a wide opening of a riverbank, but despair as you look across to see no way through on the other side. To the east, the river flows through a cave in the rock. We could sit here and eat provisions, but we don't need to. Or we continue by what seems to be the only way forward, by jumping in the river and swimming downstream. Do we want to sit, rest, and eat provisions, or shall we jump in the river and swim downstream? We have got the option. So we will sit and rest. We won't do any eating because we don't need to. But sit and rest, or jump in the river and swim downstream. This book isn't too railroady compared to some of them. At least you can wander around the mazes quite a lot. The maze is so frustrating in this. We've not got there yet. Sitting on the rock of the bay, watching the time flow away. So we got 2 for jumping in, 2 for resting. We don't need a rest. I'm just wondering if something will happen if we do rest. That's because it normally it just says you can sit and rest and eat provisions. If so, you get 4 stamina back. But here it doesn't. We are wearing leather armor. That's what I'm thinking. Jumping in is winning, though. That's the thing. Jumping in is, I think, is winning. $14 people in chat. Still lots of people to vote. Some people will be lurking, though. I don't know. Be something lurking. We are jumping in by the looks of things. Hey, here we go. Jumping in. Hello, Thief Keith. Too late. I'm turning into turn to the page for jumping in. The current is strong and takes you swiftly downstream. You are washed along through a narrow opening and out into a large cavern with banks on both sides. The current washes you onto the south bank. I'm not going to attempt to sing Van Halen. I shouldn't attempt to sing anything, should I, really? It's painful. You're on the south bank of an underground river, facing across its black depths. There appear to be 4 ways of crossing. To your left, a rusted bell bears the sign Ferry Service, 2 gold pieces. Please ring. There's a small raft in front of you on the bank with a long stick resting beside it. You could punt across the river. There's a rickety old bridge crossing on the right, or we can try and swim. So we have the option of ring the bell. That was Anita Ward, wasn't it? You can ring my bell. Ring the bell, punt the raft across, risk the bridge, or swim. There we go. That is the scene. Focus. So, ring the bell, punt the raft across, risk the bridge, or swim. 4 choices. 2 for raft at the moment, 2 for bridge. Four for raft now. I wonder if there's a troll under the bridge. If any of you watched that video I did on that old computer game, The Dungeon Master, you'll be glad to know I've got a version of it now that doesn't crash. And I played it the other night and I got up to about level 10. Wandering through the dungeon, I randomly bumped into Asmodeus. Kicked my ass. Killed me. So punting is winning. We are punting. Something Philadelphia won't be doing much of on Sunday night. 386. This confused the troll. You climb on the raft and start to punt your way across the river. The going is not easy. In the middle of the river, the raft seems to take on a will of its own and bobs up and down dangerously. You realize it is attempting to capsize itself and throw you into the river. You may either trust your strength and luck to hold on and keep punting, or jump in the water and attempt to swim back. So shall we keep punting or shall we swim back? The raft is like a bucking bronco. It's like that magic boat in the Lost Caverns of Sogecamp that you can guide. I mean, that does as it's told. This doesn't. So shall we keep punting or shall we jump in the water and get off this raft that's trying to drown us? Two for back, 1 for keeping punting. I'll take Bell as back because we haven't got the option for Bell at the moment. So we're on 2 keeping punting, 3 to go back. This is old school Echo. Reloading save games is not an option. And on that Dungeon Master game, the save game function doesn't work because you have to insert a tape because it is a proper Spectrum copy. So when Asmodeus got me, that was that. Back appears to be winning. Back has won. You land in the icy water and frantically swim for the south bank. To your amazement, the raft turns round in midstream and makes its own way back to the south bank. You quicken your pace, aware that your splashings may at any time attract the attention of any underwater creatures living in the river. Roll a d6. 2. Turn to 218. Oh, we've got back. You're on the south bank of an underground river, facing across its depths. There appear to be 4 ways of crossing. Ring the bell, punt the raft, risk the bridge, or swim. Here we go again. Ring the bell, punt the raft, risk the bridge, or swim. This beer's rather nice. Most beer's really nice. We don't appear to have a giant eel we can feed, Halakar. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. Hello, Earthbound Misfit. I was thinking of the Anita Ward song from late 70s, early 80s. We're ringing the bell. The bell gives a dull clang, and after a few moments, you see a withered old man climb into a small rowing boat moored on the north bank. He rows slowly across to you, moors the boat, and limps towards you. He asks you for 3 gold pieces. When you protest at the price, he mumbles some flimsy excuse about inflation. He begins to get angry about your protestations. Do we pay him the 3 gold pieces, or do we threaten him? Pay him or threaten him. I never attempted disco skating. That would have been a very bad idea. Can't dance, can't skate, so it would have been a car crash from the start, or a geek crash. Don't pay the ferryman, Christa Berg. We've got a musical theme to the stream tonight. Quoting songs. Yes, I'm glad the other man didn't get 20 gold pieces now. But some of you wanted to gamble 20 gold pieces and lose it. Paying is winning at the moment. Pay. Only Straw Piglet doesn't want to pay. And Halakar wants to threaten him, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 saying pay. We've rung the bell, Space Canuck Man. We've rung the bell already. Are you lagging? Are you a few minutes behind? Okay, we're paying him. 272. He calms down, takes the gold. Okay, we're down to 14 gold pieces. And rows you across to the north bank. After mooring the boat, he ambles off down a passageway. Didn't have a choice. Chat voted. We're on the north bank now, so 214. Facing northwards, the rock face is smooth and glistening with moisture. Moss of many different hues grows on the surface. There is an eerie silence punctuated only by the splashings of the river as it flows behind you. We have three options. Do we go along the passage to the northwest? Do we approach a large timbered door directly in front of us? Or do we follow a passage to the east along the riverbank? So, northwest, door, or east? See you, Kelsey. Space Canuck Man is definitely lagging. You're lagging, Space Canuck Man. Hello, DM James. Well, looks like the door is winning. Door, 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 door. Lots of doors. Only Thief Keith wanted to go for the Northwest Passage. Thief Keith, you've been outvoted. 104. Safe journey home, Halakar. Yes, keep up the bardic theme. 20 people in chat now. Woohoo! Okay, so we try the door. There's a lot of very short sections in this. Right, okay. The door squeaks open on rusty hinges. The room is dark and your eyes begin to adjust themselves as you close the door behind you. You hear a shuffling in the room, but before you can act, a blow to your head knocks you senseless. Lose 2 stamina points and turn to 122. Now, you know the image I use for my Wednesday night stream, where I've put the faces of the regulars on there. It actually cuts off at the bottom where I've actually got a picture of a little leprechaun that's meant to be DK, but unfortunately it doesn't fit on the YouTube page, so I need to move that. But it's a scan of that. You awake with a throbbing head and look around. The room is about 8 meters square, with doors to the north and south. You have been dumped in the southwest corner. Standing motionless in the center of the room are 4 men. At least they appear to be men. Their skin is a greeny grey colour. Their clothes are tattered and torn, and they are all staring vacantly at the ceiling. One carries a club, one a scythe, one an axe, and one a pick. They are ignoring you completely. Itchy eye. Bear with me. Okay. Around the room are various peasant-style weapons, pitchforks, axe handles, pointed sticks, etc. 1 or 2 shields and several barrels. In the northeast corner is a human corpse with a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. You move your hand up to your head to feel for signs of blood, and you are relieved to find you're not bleeding. As your hand moves, the strange creatures in the center of the room turn their eyes down towards you. What should we do? Attempt to talk to them, jump to our feet and charge them with our sword, or scramble for an exit through the south door? So, talk to them, charge them, or run away south. Elfbait's arrived. Hello, Elfbait. Four people want to run away. 1 for the exit, and 1, 2, 3 for fighting. So 4 run away, 3 fight, 1 exit. Any more votes? 19 people in chat. So still potentially 11 more votes to come. Depends how many lurkers we have. Hello, Michael. Hello, Jeb. Jeb says talk. Exit is run away. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Yes. That's right. I have cocked that up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's still 4. I did count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was talk. 1 for talk. 4 for run away. 1, 2, 3, 4 for fight. So at 4-4 at the moment. 4 for running away. 4 for fighting. Means we need a die. Someone to break the tie. Or we could use dice. Anybody else voting? Oh, 5 for fighting. Is it 5? I've got here Roland Bishop, Earthbound, Thief Keith, and Michael voting for fighting. Oh, 5 for fighting. Oh, right. Okay. Here in Britain, if you say hockey, it means hockey played on grass. You have to say ice hockey if you want to refer to North American hockey. I guess when people from the west side of the Atlantic say hockey, they mean ice hockey. So I'm going to have to roll dice, aren't I? Because Saturday night is indeed all right for fighting. Hope you're not texting while you're driving, Halakar. You can't be home yet. Right, dice are going to decide. Look, I am a fan of American football, but football is played with a round ball and feet. American football. The clarifier is American. Right. 1 to 3 run away. 4 to 6 stand and fight. 4. We are standing and fighting. Hand egg. We call rugby hand egg here. Rugby's a rough old sport. We let you win. If it's that particular war you're on about, we let you win. The only wars Britain have ever lost are where we let the opponents win. Yeah, I like football and I like Yankee football. That's right. I'm allowed to. Don't like baseball. Don't like baseball at all. The 4 creatures shuffling towards you are mindless zombies. Their vacant eyes suggest that their actions are controlled by a will which is not their own. You're still too dizzy to think properly, but you must act quickly. The first zombie reaches you and prepares to swing his club, and you must fight him. You now can't see my dice because the wife has turned the main light off. Right, okay. He's got a skill of 7. So he's going to beat us by 4. 6-4. We win that one. Oh, the orange dice are going better now. 8-5. 2-9. Yes, he has wounded us. It. 4-8. Tie. 10-7. That's the first zombie dead. Only got 3 more to fight now. It says we add 2 luck points if we beat the first zombie. We'll have those. Right. Other 3 zombies. These are weaker. 6-8 is enough to win. 6-10 is enough to win against this one because it's only got skill 6. 4-6 is enough to win. 8-5. 8-3. 12-6. Yeah, this is an easy fight because we've got high skill. There's not a lot of hard fights in this book. The hardest part is finding all the keys. 7-11 is still enough to win. 7-7. 7-4. 11-6. Yeah, I think the fighting in this particular book is a little bit lackluster because most of the enemies are really weak. The poor wretches lying dead at your feet almost look happy to be relieved of the burden of life. But as you look down at them, you sense you are not the only one to know of their deaths. Looking around the room, you may investigate the weapons, go over to the dead body, or check the barrels. Investigate the weapons, examine the dead body, or check the barrels. You never know, the ferryman might have been surprisingly hard. But so weapons, dead body, or barrels. If you hear a thumping in the background, it's the dog's tail. The tail's hitting the bed so loudly that we hear Oh, she's only wagging it softly now. So what we got so far, it looks like dead body is winning. Hold on, no, hold on. Three for dead body, 2 for weapons, 2 for barrels at the moment. 3 for dead body, 2 for weapons, 3 for barrels now. Eight votes and everything still all to play for. Do we have to trust the dice again? Or can you make up your minds? You are allowed to discuss your answers. If there's anything to discuss, any logic in any of this, which doesn't tend to be. Michael's vote pushes dead body into the lead. The dead body's now on 4. Last call for any votes. Give you 10 seconds for the lag to catch up. Dead body then. 313. You check over the body. The poor wretch was obviously caught in the same way that you were, but his weaker skull shattered under the club's blow. He wears a suit of leather armor, no better than your own. holds a wooden shield on one wrist and clutches a steel-bladed sword in his other hand. In his pockets are 8 gold pieces, and around his neck is a silver crucifix. Add a luck and a skill point, but we can't because we're at maximum. So we can choose any 2 of the items. Sword, shield, gold, crucifix. Vote for 2 items. Sword, shield, gold, or crucifix. Looks like most votes for sword and crucifix at the moment. Shield has 3. Sword has 4. 5 for crucifix and only 2 for gold. So at the moment it's sword and crucifix. We go for sword and crucifix then. So we've got sword and crucifix. Space Canuck Man is still behind. Refresh your stream. Refresh in 5 minutes time when you get this message. 221. Okay. Which have you written down first on your equipment list? I wrote down the sword first. 27. The sword is enchanted and will aid you in battle. As long as you use this sword, you may increase your initial skill by 2 points. Our skill goes up to 13. Okay, back to 319. I'll turn to 319. Oh, 221. 221. The crucifix, 170. The crucifix is solid silver and worth 4 gold pieces. Okay. Okay, there we go. It is a sword that goes snicky snack. If you've investigated both items, turn to 81. There's a lot more page flipping in this book than most of the others. Yeah, the crucifix was a bit meh. A noise startles you, prompting you to leave the room quickly. You walk up to investigate the north door. Turn to 205. Time to railroad us now. Meh, crucifix indeed. The door opens and you find yourself in a dark crypt of some kind. The room is very large. At one end is an altar. Various coffins are strewn about the room. There's a door behind you in the south wall and also one in the west wall. Shall we investigate the room or shall we leave via the west door? So investigate the room further or leave via the west door. 21 people in chat is a record for a Friday night. That's good. Thank you all. We're investigating. 254. The silence is deathly. A slow drip startles you as you creep around the coffins. The altar is ornately carved and studded with jewels. Beautifully woven drapes hang from the walls, although they are threadbare in places. There are 3 coffins in the room. A creaking noise makes you whirl around, and the light from your lantern falls on the largest coffin. It is opening. As you watch, a tall man with a white face sits upright. His eyes open and fall on you. His expression changes from one of tranquility to one of abject hate. His mouth opens, and a terrifying hiss comes from his throat. His teeth are wolf-like. He beckons you to come over. What do we do? Approach him, draw our sword, reach into our bag for another means of attack, or run for the west door? So approach him, draw our sword, reach into our bag for something else, or run for the west door. Crucifix. Three people are saying sword. 4 people are saying bag. We're hoping we get the crucifix, aren't we? Okay. 279. The creature you are facing is a vampire. You have various lines of attack. Your sword will do little real damage. A crucifix will hold him at bay, but will not kill him. If you have either of these, you may use it to get through the west door. If you're determined to kill the vampire, you must overpower it and drive a wooden stake through its heart. If you have a wooden stake, no. Okay. So the crucifix will hold him at bay and allow us to get through the west door. So it has allowed us to escape. You're in a narrow east-west corridor. Looking westwards, you can see a crossroads ahead. Go on to 37. Think we're in the maze now. So if somebody would like to start mapping, I'll tell you the numbers because we will need them. Okay. The crossroads is entry 37. We can go north to 366, west to 11, or south to 277. So those again, we're at 30. If you want to start mapping, we're at 37. North is 366. West is 11. South is 277. Because the maze has teleports. And the numbers help you get around. Oh, we're not in the maze yet, are we? Brub. Earthbound Misfit knows the book. How many years since you last played it, though? We have only found 1 key so far. Again, we're at 37, which is a crossroads. We can't go east, though, because that takes us back to the vampire. If we go north, it's 366. West is 11. South is 277. Plenty of time to forget it then. So, north, south, or west? Make your choices. 1 vote for west. Two votes for west. We're going west. So we're going to 11. You follow the passage westwards until it turns around a corner to the south. Oh, we're not at the maze yet. Just before the bend is a signpost which reads under construction. In front of you is the beginning of a stairway leading downwards. Only 3 steps have been built so far. A number of shovels, picks, and other tools were lying on the ground by the steps. But as you turned the corner, they suddenly flowed into action and began working on the steps. You are now watching various tools digging and hammering as if being handled by invisible workers. A Sorcerer's Apprentice, Fantasia. No, I've got the wrong one there. A humming chant becomes louder and you recognize it as hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. As you stand watching, you start to chuckle. The scene is quite amusing. You sit and watch and even manage to chat to some of the magical tools. Gain 2 stamina points and a skill point, which we haven't lost, so we can't get one. While we relax, we gain 2 stamina. Okay. Back to the crossroads. The stairs turned around to the left, but we have to go back because they're not finished. So we go back to the crossroads where we can go north or south. So we're back to the choice of 366 or 250. So north or south? I was thinking with the tools working away, I was thinking of Fantasia, where he gets the whole thing working for him. So people look like they're choosing north. Okay, north it is. 366. You are following a passageway which leads ahead to the north. After several meters, it bends sharply to the east. You continue eastwards until you eventually come to a narrow opening in the north wall. We can either go through this opening or continue east. So we go through the opening or continue east. We're not in the maze yet, so I'm going to stop with the numbers for now. I've never seen Fern Gully. I'm not very good with films. I don't watch very many. It's about 5 years since I watched a film. Probably 10 or more years since I last went to the cinema. So through the opening or continue east. Who says we have to squeeze? We could be very slim. We're an adventurer, young and fit, not an old fat nerd like us. 1, 2, 3, 4 openings. 5 openings to east. Openings is winning. $89. climb through the opening and find yourself at the top of a narrow staircase leading downwards. Cautiously, you descend the stairs. The narrow staircase is cut into the rock, and there are about 20 steps leading down. At the bottom of the steps, a passageway leads you into a large open chamber. This chamber stinks of putrefying flesh. The smell is so bad that you are tempted to turn back. 3 bodies lie in the chamber. You may either search the bodies or tiptoe quietly through the room. So we've got options of first body, second body, third body, or tiptoe. 1, 2, 3, or tiptoe. Got to specify which body. Okay. So 2 for body 1, 1 for body 3 so far. Yuck indeed. Hello, Iman. New name to the chat? Barrel? Are you lagging as well? So 1, 2, 3, or tiptoe. We've got body 1, body 1. 2 for body. Okay. 3 for body 1. 2 for body 2. 1 for body 3. And 1 for sneaky. Any more votes? Two for sneaky. Body 1 still winning. So you randomly search for the Warlock of Firetop Mountain and you find an old British nerd reading the book live. Excellent. I read a book every Friday. Sometimes they're the Cthulhu solo adventures. Sometimes they're fighting fantasy books. That's my stack there. Body 1 is still winning. Anyone want to change that? Or is it body 1? So you're English as well. I read that as New England, but Northwest England. So you're from up north, from Lancashire. From Cheshire, maybe. Or Lancashire. Why are people saying barrel at the moment? The barrel was way back. Body 1 then. Body 1 has won. You find 5 gold pieces in the pockets of the corpse. So we're recovering some of the gold we lost in the game of dice. Do we now search the second body, search the third body, or tiptoe through the room? You are lagging, Echo. All right, no worries. So body 2, body 3, or tiptoe through the room? I'm guessing it is a running joke then, okay. Or barrel, which isn't even one of the options. Tiptoe through the tulips. Keeping the musical theme. Tiptoe through the tulips. Well, when people say they're from Northwest England, there's Cheshire, there's Lancashire, there's Merseyside, and there's Cumbria. And if you say Northwest, it's usually Lancashire. Usually Lancashire. So I'm from right in the middle. From Birmingham. Tiny Tim indeed. Body 2 then. Second body. 275. So how many Fighting Fantasy books have you got him on? I'm recollecting them. I had a lot when I was younger, got rid of them, and I've been recollecting them over the last few months in order to read out. Right, so what's that sports ball jersey I'm wearing? Sunday night, Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. Dead Kennedys are a class band. Holiday in Cambodia is a great record. Not ideal for streams, though. As you move towards the second body, you accidentally kick the third corpse on the floor. Its eyes flick open, and it quickly sits up and slashes at you with its long, sharp fingernails. Test your luck. Okay, we test our luck at this point. It's a holiday in Cambodia. We are lucky, so we don't lose a stamina point, but I'm going to have to fight this now. I've never played Temple of Terror. I've got Sword of the Samurai behind me, and we haven't played it yet. We've tried most of these. We've only completed Forest of Doom. We keep dying in all the others. The creature now standing before you is a semi-decayed man. His quick eyes dart from side to side watching you. His long tongue flashes out with a hissing noise. His teeth and nails are sharp, and he doesn't seem to be afraid of your weapon. He is a ghoul. If he hits us 4 times, he paralyzes us. Okay, remember that. Dice out. We've got huge skill. That magic sword has pushed our skill up to 13, so we're going to kick his ass. 7, 8. Yeah, he's going to beat us by 5 in order to win a round. 6, 5. 10, 7. Dice are falling for us now. And 7, 8. Yeah, we've beaten him. We've beaten him. Fights in this book are easy. If we defeat him, turn to 390. Squirrel, I give everyone a choice of voting, and nobody ever votes for Sword of the Samurai. Nobody does. It's not a licensed D&D product. No. The ghoul twitches and dies at your feet. You search its body and find little of interest. A couple of earrings worth 1 gold piece between them. Okay, so we have earrings. In one of its pockets. You may take these. If you haven't already searched the first body, we can do so. Or we can we can now search the second body or press on northwards. And for beating the ghoul, we gain luck. So options now: press on northwards or search the second body, which we haven't searched yet because the third body woke up. I've not tried Sword of the Samurai yet. I completed quite a few of them when I was a lot younger. But since we've been starting the streams, I've only been playing them on stream, apart from one attempt to get through House of Hell, which I died by myself. We've died 5 times on stream playing that one. We did go through Forest of Doom on our first attempt. All the other books have killed us repeatedly. Oh, we managed to complete one of the Call of Cthulhu ones, the Alone Against the Flames. We completed that. Body 2. Body 2 is winning. You search the pockets of the other body and find 8 gold pieces. Excellent. A bottle of liquid and an old piece of parchment. Okay. We have the options now here of either read the parchment or test the liquid. Read the parchment or test the liquid. House of Hell is it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I mean, we've played it so many times on stream that I know the way through the first 3 quarters. So I went through all of that knowing the way through. Did everything right. And as soon as I got to somewhere I didn't know, I died straight away. Okay. Read. Liquid. Read. Liquid. We're at 5-3. 5-5. 6-5 at the moment. 6-5 for reading at the moment. House of Hell is great though. I like the atmosphere in it, but then I am a Call of Cthulhu fan, so and it could I if I find the time, I'd like to convert it to a Call of Cthulhu adventure. I think that would be fun, but I need to complete it first. I need to know my way through the book. Right, we're reading first. 212. The parchment is well worn and almost illegible. It is a map of some sort, headed The Maze of Zagor. You can make little sense of it. Although a room to the north is marked ... GER, and another to the east is marked SM ... P ... LE. You fold up the map and put it in your pocket. Do we now test the liquid, or shall we just continue north? Test liquid or north? It is, yes. One, two, three, four, 5 saying test, and Thief Keith wants to ignore the liquid and just go north. So 5 for liquid, 1 for north so far. It has been our busiest Fighting Fantasy Friday stream so far. So thank you everyone for taking part tonight. We have only got 10 minutes left of tonight's stream, so just going to forewarn you, 10 minutes till stream ends. So let's see if we can crack on. Liquid is winning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drinking, 2 say go north. So I'm going to push on quickly. Test the liquid. 6-2. My late night's going to be Sunday. There is an echo in here, yes. You swallow some of the liquid. Turn to 109. Oh, okay. Don't like that. Oh. Oh. The liquid is smooth and watery. As you drink it, you begin to glow. You feel euphoric and a little drunk at the same time. Your confidence grows and your weariness disappears. The bottle contains holy water, blessed by the overpriest of Kaimlesh Ma. It has restored your stamina to almost full strength. Increase your stamina to 2 points below your initial stamina. Add points to your current skill and luck. And we have holy water. And we have to go north now. Thank you, Iman. Thank you. Echo and the Bunnymen, great band. Ocean Rain is a superb album. Title track is my favourite. Or maybe Nocturnal Me. But I remember watching Stranger Things and that came up on the soundtrack. I was like, wow, they're playing Echo and the Bunnymen. Right, you leave the chamber, walk for a short passage, and reach a staircase going up. You climb the stairs and arrive at the top in a passageway. Another flicking through the book a bit further. Too many short passageways. At the top of the stairs, a passage turns sharply to the east. As you pause to get your bearings, you hear a creaking in the rock behind you. You spin around in time to see a heavy portcullis drop to seal off the passage behind you. Your only way now is forward. We are now in the maze. I'm English. I know how to say Iman. I'm from Birmingham. Your only way now is forward. You may either press on forward or check the walls for secret passages. Holy water, strong stuff, yeah. Iman, I used to play cricket with quite a few Asian lads, and so I've got an idea how to pronounce a lot of Asian names. The game assumes we have a lantern. It has mentioned us carrying a lantern at one point. So we're checking the walls. Okay, turn to 295. I remember this mechanic. You find no secret passages. However, your explorations attract some form of creature. As you listen, you can hear something coming down the corridor towards you. Okay. You can excuse that because it is late over here, and my wife's about 10 feet to my left and she's asleep as well. Long way from Lancashire to Essex. Well, it's a long way if you're British. I mean, we're talking earlier to people between Toronto and Montreal, same side of Canada, and 7 hours drive apart. Okay. 161. We've got a monster to fight. Probably. Your tappings and scrapings at the rock face as you search for secret doors and passageways resound through the dungeon corridors. Various creatures roam freely through the underworld, and your noises have attracted the attentions of one of the following monsters. Roll d6. 5. A skeleton. We've got to fight it. It's only skill 6, so we're going to batter it. This feels like a bit of a waste of time. Yeah. The closer it got was within 5 of wounding us. So we go back to 48, which is where we go before. So bear in mind, when you search for secret doors in the maze, there is a chance to get a wandering monster. Okay, is Daniel about with his map? Because this is the maze now. You're from Burnley. I can't do an Essex accent very well. You're in an east-west corridor. So, Daniel, we're in 48. We're at number 48. We can go east or west. To go east is 391. To go west is 60. If we go east, it bends north very quickly. So we have the choice now of west or east. 2 minutes of the stream left. West or east? Don't lose the map before next week, Daniel. Three west, 1 east, 4 west, 2 east. It's not 2 minutes to midnight, though, is it yet? I stopped the stream on a Friday at 1:45. Next time on Fighting Fantasy. Yeah, okay. Back to the bardic theme, yes. Songs, song references. We're going west to 60. This will be our last one of the night. Oh, okay. The corridor to the west is blocked by the portcullis that has shut us in. So that way is blocked. We're going to have to go back to 48. So that west passage is blocked, and that wasn't the last one of the night. We're going to have to go east. So we go east, and the passageway then bends north, and this is 391. You are at the south end of a north-south corridor. Looking northwards, you can see a passage coming off from the east wall. Do we go south and then follow the bend to the west, which is the way we've come from? Do we check for secret passageways as we head north? Or do we just go north? So we can see there's an east passage further ahead, but we haven't got the option to go down that yet. We've got walk northwards, checking for secret passageways. Just go northwards or go west. Going west takes us back to 48. Just going north takes us to 52. And checking for secret passages, I'm guessing we're going to have to make that roll. So we'll get a different number. So 52 if we go north. Secret passages then. 1, 2, 3. Okay, everybody wants to check for secret passageways. Passageways. I'll make this roll. Make this be the last one then. Ooh! As you try the walls up the passageway, a secret door opens along the west wall. Turn to 177. There's a secret door on the west wall there, so good call. So we're at 177. We are standing in a north-south passage. To the north, we can still see that passageway heading off to the east. To go north, 52. To the south, it turns westwards. In the west wall is a secret door. If we go through the secret door, it's 175. Hopefully all that made sense. I'm making a note now. We're at 177 in the book. That concludes our stream for Friday. This has been the busiest Fighting Fantasy Friday we've had so far. Lovely to see up to 22 people in chat tonight. We normally get up to 15, 16. We have crept to 20 once before, but 22 and consistently above 15 has been fantastic. I like to see everyone getting engaged. I like to see everyone getting involved. Thanks for joining us, Iman. Very nice to have you in. I mean, I do this every Friday at 9:30 currently. I also have a stream on a Wednesday night beginning at 9 o'clock where we talk about general role-playing game stuff. More than welcome to join us there. But thank you all. Thank you everybody who's taken part in chat tonight. Nice and busy. Lots of good chatter. Sorry, Roland. It's 12 minutes to midnight here, and I have work in the morning. So that is a shame. Thank you, everybody. Oh, yes, and I do have a Discord as well, Iman. So if you like role-playing games and stuff, I've got a Discord there. We play some games over a weekend and on a Thursday night. I haven't put the link yet in this video, but it's in other videos. But thank you all. I'm going to close the chat now, and I'll see you all next Wednesday. Cheers. Oh, Sunday night. Go on, Philadelphia. If you click on any of my other videos, Iman, there's almost always a Discord link in there, and it's a permanent link. So you're more than welcome to come and join. I am going to be watching the Super Bowl on Sunday night. That's why I'm wearing this, because I have been an Eagles fan since the late 80s. But cheers all. Go Eagles indeed, Jeb. Go Eagles indeed. Good night.